What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Free Rider YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in today. We are going to be doing a little bit of a dive into my enduro / adventure bike pack setup that you see here behind me. So if you guys haven't already, make sure to click that like button, subscribe for more videos like this as we dive into today's video. Let's check it out. All right, so this here is the WLF Enduro / adventure backpack. If you guys haven't seen any of these before, go check out the WLF Enduro website. They've got a bunch of different options on there. I believe these come in different colors, they have different products, etc. But I want to give you guys kind of the breakdown of how I have my pack set up, and then also offer up to you any suggestions if you have for me. It's taken me quite some time to kind of get this pack together, and I know that everybody has different tastes, different opinions, different thoughts, etc. So if you guys haven't, do have an Instagram page. It's the Free Rider Nation. I will have that down in the video description below as well. So today we're gonna start here on the back backpack. On the back, got basic tool setup here with some Ziploc bags because these pouches are not waterproof. I believe they are only water resistant. Some electrical tape, duct tape, some nylon cord, and then some more tools and chain wax located in here. Again, all in bottles, so in case any of this comes open or gets wet. Also have some vehicle registration information and such that I will keep in here, or some documents. Tool pouch broken down with some wrenches, some extension pieces, and like a multi-tool. Keep that in there to try and organize it, simplify it, as well as have it be quick access. Find that a lot of times the tools that are in here are, I'll say, most commonly used for some kind of chain adjustment or something to do with the back end of your motorcycle. So that's why I decided to include the can of chain wax in there, which Maxima does make a smaller bottle. That being the smaller bottle, they have full-sized cans, which are these cans, and then you have a more portable option. So go ahead, put those back. Now, before I go to the front bags, I do want to point out, you guys already see it here, I have a fire extinguisher on the side. I purchased this item off of Revzilla, actually, and it comes with this little kind of carrying pouch. It's just a handheld stick fire extinguisher that is able to put out all kinds of fires, gas fires, electrical fires, and it looks like potentially oil fires. It's class A, B, C, and K fire extinguisher that this is used for. And I've got it zip tied to the side of the bag here in the corner on my right side because I'm right-handed. I figured if I put the bag down, this is just quick and easy access, and the ties help keep it in place left and right so it doesn't go anywhere. On my 890 in particular, it's one of those bikes that debris, leaves, dry items can get packed up in. So if anything ever, heaven forbid, caught on fire, I would be able to have some sort of solution. And I do ride with this bag on my enduro bike as well, my KTM 150. On the front here, before I go inside, I'm getting ahead of myself. On the front here, I do keep some extra plastic bags if I need to put something in, garbage or whatever. But it's also kind of where I keep some of my medical supplies, some Band-Aids, some ointments, some ties. I did have to, I'll say, simplify my medical kit some. And also, when simplifying my medical kit, some of the things that I had to be honest with myself on was what kind of situations do I really find myself in, and what types of medical supplies or tools am I more than likely going to need, or if in some kind of life or death situation, would I be able to utilize an item of clothing or maybe even the paracord as some kind of, tourniquet. Trying to not have so many duplicate items, if you will, in a bag setup to try and reduce weight as much as possible. So I kind of went somewhat simple with my medical kit in an effort to cut down on the weight, because at one point I carried an entire zip-up medical kit and it was just taking up a whole lot of space. On the inside, these bags do have room for a bladder. This is just a Kryga bladder. It's a pretty large bladder, and on a long day of riding, if I fill it up pretty close to the max fill line, I can almost go through a full one of these for a full day of riding. But on the inside here, they did include additional storage for you. And at the bottom, I have basically my backup jump starter pack. I have the Micro Start XP3. I have the hookup on the 890 to be able to jump start it if need be. And I keep that in the back pouch here at the bottom of the bag. I was trying to conserve as much space on the inside. At one point, I had too much stuff between the front pouch and on the inside to where I couldn't get my water bladder in very easily. But having trimmed that back a little bit and just putting the jumper at the bottom, I've been able to get my bladder in pretty easily. Moving over to the front, you can see that the bag does have attachment points here to secure your water bladder in. It's got a little elastic piece here and then a snap right there. It's also a good spot to put some sort of emergency device or SOS device if you guys are in a tight spot and need to get some emergency help. This is just the Garmin InReach Mini. I have this here for those emergency purposes, which I hope I never have to use. Now, keeping bag weight in mind here, I wanted to try and balance the weight that I had between the front and the rear so that the entire bag would fit on my body evenly. One of the things that I can't stand is feeling like I have a lot of weight pulling on my back or wanting to kind of rip me off the bike somewhat. And I kind of had to heavy up the front a little bit more than the rear because of the fact that I've got the water bladder that is going to add additional weight, but it's also up top. So the fact that this pouch has the ability to, store a decent amount in the front, as well as the fact that it wraps to your waist and you can sort of cinch it to your body, keep all that weight central. This is the setup that I chose to go for, or this is why this particular bag appealed to me. My front right bag, I've got some TP toilet paper, some Advil, and some hand sanitizer if you gotta go number 2 in the woods. A little neck cover there, avoid some sunburn. One thing I can't stand either is a bug-covered visor. Doesn't matter what I'm riding. I can use this on my Moto goggles or I can use it on my helmet visor. This is also got a multi-tool and a flashlight for those late night rides, and some of my smaller tools on the front. It's got Allen wrenches, little small pair of vice grip pliers, some zip ties, tire pressure gauge, tie cable, things of that nature, some sockets in there as well. All of this fits nicely into this front pouch. So as I'm moving on to the left-hand side, I want to point out that when I was getting my bag set up, I did need to account for what bike I was riding on that particular day, if you will. Meaning I use this bag for both adventure bike riding and enduro or woods riding, right? So I wanted to be able to have the ability to store my phone, my wallet, and the 890 has a quad lock on it. That way I can have my phone on there, but you know, if conditions get rough and whatnot, I would really rather prefer to see my phone secured inside a bag with my keys and my wallet. That way I know that if I'm in the zone, I'm not paying attention to where my phone is. If for some reason the quad lock failed and I lost my phone, that'd be quite a bummer. For a lot of different reasons, as you can imagine. So the left pouch here is where I will keep my phone and my wallet when I'm out riding, and then this is just a waterproof cover that goes over the phone when you've got it on the quad lock. So I just keep that in there, tucked away in the back pouch. I've got this bag here, which is for my phone, my wallet, to try and, I'll say, waterproof those a little bit. Now, both the adventure bike and the enduro bike are outfitted with tubes, and I try to, when I'm out riding, like I said, keep the weight down. I have heavy duty tubes in the 890, but just the OEM tubes in the 150. So I'm kind of taking a risk not carrying tools with me that will allow me to perform a tire change. But if I'm out riding the enduro bike, for the time being, my riding has me, I'll say, fairly close to my vehicle. I can limp it home. If I'm on a long trip or something like that, I would definitely reconsider trying to take some sort of tire changing tools with me and probably strap those tools to the bike so that I don't add any more weight to my body. But in this bag, I've got some JB Weld. The 890 has the battery tender lead, which also acts as an extension for this cable here, which gets plugged into this little mini air compressor. That way, if I need to adjust my pressures on the trail, I can. It also, if for some reason the bike died, it does have the car outlet piece as well, so I can utilize either one of those. This is also where I keep some spare fuses. Keep fuses in here, along with some tire tools. I've got my valve core remover in there and some valve cores and valve caps. But this sums up my pack setup minus the water when I'm out riding my two bikes. And I wanted to show you guys this because I believed that it would potentially either give you guys some ideas, maybe provide some value, and I also honestly wanted to bounce some ideas off of you as well to see for you guys who have been out riding a long time and tried a bunch of different things, if you had any suggestions for me. Like I said, if you want to get a hold of me, send me a direct message. The Instagram handle is FreeRiderNation. I'll leave that in the video description below. All right, you guys, that's going to conclude today's video. Really appreciate it if you made it around to the end. If you haven't already, make sure you give a big like, subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Peace.